Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Kavita from Amity University, Dubai, and I welcome you all to this webinar on MBA Business Analytics program. And I will also welcome Dr. Anas, who is our program leader for the MBA Business Analytics program. And I would request Dr. Anas to please take us through the program and the various value adds that this program can give to a prospective student. Dr. Anas, please, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kavita, and welcome everyone. It's really a pleasure for you to join us to talk about business analytics and the importance of these kind of programs nowadays. So we're going to talk about how we can improve the ability to make decisions and use modeling to predict future trends with the MBA in business analytics. I would like to highlight the importance of such a program. Let me just quickly go a quick overview about myself. I'm an associate professor of digital business management, teaching the business analytics program. I'm passionate about digital transformation and how to innovate with technologies. I am an ambassador of the SAP Next Generation chapter in science fiction and emerging technologies, as well as a corporate trainer at PwC Digital Academy and a professional speaker about IT and digital in many TV channels, mainly in the MENA region. So I would like to go directly to the topic and discuss the outline of our session today. So we're gonna have an overview about what exactly business analytics. There are a lot of jargons that are actually we hear every day, that big data, data analytics, business intelligence. So we're gonna try to define this field clearly and try to understand what is the goal of that. Then we're gonna move and talk about data analytics emerging trends, what's happening now these days, and what would be expected in the near future. Then we're gonna provide you with a presentation of the main components or the content of our MBA program, what exactly the topics and the courses that will be provided. And then we will end up with talking about what kind of jobs actually available in the market now and what kind of career path available for people who decide to become business analytics experts. At the end, I'm going to also show some additional certification, professional certification that might be interesting to take in order to strengthen the employability and also the progress of the career path. So great. So what is business analytics? We can, from this slide, you can see how we can define business analytics as using tools and techniques that will turn a huge amount of data into meaningful business insights. What does that mean? It means how we can get clues, how we can identify hidden patterns, and how we can try to understand the reality surrounding us while we are operating in this dynamic business environment. So these insights will help decision makers to think how they can shift and tweak their strategies, how they can have successful winning strategies, and they can also change it based on the collected data and analyzed. So these are the main benefits of the business analytics. Business analytics actually helps in mainly in decision making and also improving key strategic initiatives. It helps also to improve the relationship with customers by understanding what would be their future needs and what kind of preferences they have and when exactly they need certain services or products. It will also have a better sense of risk and try to put some kind of contingency plans and strategies when risk actually happened. This will help companies to have mitigated consequences of what is going on. That also will help in better financial performance and many other actually benefits. The business analytics is becoming day by day more important because the availability of what we call the big data. Big data can be actually measured in huge amount of units, quantifiable units. That is actually bigger than what our brain can imagine in petabyte and zettabytes, and these extremely huge amount of units. Now, just to highlight how big data is, this diagram shows how the huge amount of data are generated. Almost 90% of our data is created only in the last 2 years, and there is around 3.7 trillion transactions every day. So imagine how much data fed or created day by day because of the business operations, because of the social media, because of many interactions happening on the online and also through the digital communications. So these data can be utilized in a way to help managers understand what exactly customers need and what exactly the next decisions to take with regards to the strategic plans. So big data, we can define it as massive sets of unstructured, semi-structured data. What does that mean? It means these data not necessarily they have to be with the same format. So they come from different sources. They come from the database of the company. They come from maybe the sensors. They come from web traffic, from the websites. They come also maybe from IoT sensors connected with the company. If the company they do have IoT initiatives, especially in manufacturing and logistics, these different sources will generate a huge amount of these data, which is actually more larger than any traditional database that can actually carry. So it can measured by petabyte or exabytes, and I think we are actually living in the zettabyte, which is actually 10 to the power 21, which is a huge amount of number. So all of these data need to be somehow clustered, analyzed to reveal patterns and to try to find any relationship or anomalies. So that what requires the tools, technologies that will analyze this huge amount of data. So in order to do this, we need to utilize several tools that will actually represent the data in not only a traditional two-dimensional tables. It can also go to three-dimensional or multi-dimensional data models to derive or try to apply some algorithms on them and to get some insights. The most famous algorithms that can be through the data mining, text mining, web mining techniques, and that also can happen on a huge amount of data. Going now to talk more about what is actually happening after we understood what is data analytics, the purpose, and why companies are actually going toward understanding the importance of data analytics and business analytics. I just wanted to highlight what is now in 2020 is actually considered the most important skills needed to thrive the fourth industrial revolution. So this is according to the World Economic Forum, was published in a previous report that was comparing what is changing from 2015 to 2020. We see that complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity is one of the most important skills needed, and which is exactly what is required for business analytics. Business analytics experts, they need to try to solve problems facing companies through a multidisciplinary approach, and try to have a creative way of trying to solve these kind of problems, and also be able to communicate the answers in a creative manner. Data analytics or business analytics, if you see in this framework, includes several types. So the first type, or the first level of business analytics, include analyzing the data just to describe what is happening now. We call this descriptive analytics. And here we require less technical and less machine-based approaches, and we rely more in the human interaction. The next level it comes is the diagnostic and the predictive analytics. And in this case, we try to understand what would happen, what exactly will happen in the future, trying to understand or put some forecast using some statistical models that will be applied on the data to help us understand what could happen in the future. And the last type is the prescriptive analytics that will try to tell managers and decision makers what should we do exactly. And this is exactly the highest level of business analytics, and it helps in decision making and also in automation of the decisions. What is happening new to this is we are adding another layer after the analytics 1, 2, 3. Analytics 1, here we are talking about the descriptive, prescriptive in analytics 2, and then we move to the last step, which is actually adding now artificial intelligence tools and techniques and combine it to extend the potential of business analytics activities or initiatives. So if you see in the last phase, this is what is happening now. A lot of artificial intelligence technologies and algorithms like RPA, robotic process automation, is being utilized by businesses and companies to automate digital tasks. So from that, we can generate a lot of data, and we can also process a huge amount of data without human interaction. And this is actually a new challenge that many companies, they would like to understand how we can do business analytics using artificial intelligence nowadays. If you see, this is the future of data analytics, the 10 trends that will try to augment or use artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. So we will see more discussion about, more focus on augmented analytics, continuous intelligence, expandable AI, machine learning, commercial AI, and so on, as well as using some other emerging technologies such as the blockchain. So these technologies will have a high impact on intelligent, emergent, and scalable business analytics activities or initiatives. According to some studies, if you see here what would be some managers, they were actually surveyed or asked, when you are planning to adopt or go for big data initiatives. And if you see in the European, Middle East, and Africa, most of them, they will actually adopt, not maybe in this year, in the near following years. So there is a huge amount of adoption expected to be captured by European, Middle East, and also the Africa region. And if you go to the Asia and Pacific, some of them already adopted, but the adoption will be actually faster or higher. We don't actually underestimate the market of the Asian countries, China, India, and also Singapore, which most of them, they have a lot of digital or smart city initiatives that requires actually collecting huge amount of data, processing them, analyze them, and also utilize them. So let's talk now about our program. So what exactly, we have seen a lot of interest and insights coming from the World Economic Forum, some latest strategies from the top companies, PwC, Gartner. They talk about the importance of big data analytics and also business analytics. So in the MBA program at the MIT University Dubai was developed to achieve or to map or to fill this gap. So the goal of this program is to, or the mission of this program is to enable students to arrive at business solutions using quantitative modeling and data analytics and communicate their finding using data visualization techniques, which is actually required by most of the business analytics roles and activities or initiatives. How to understand, how to analyze the data using the right computer technologies and algorithms, also applying some statistical modeling techniques, and at the end, be able to communicate that in a visual form that easy to be understood by managers. So just to highlight some of the objectives that will be tried to achieve with this program: developing understanding of the key technologies in data science, business analytics, including data mining, visualization techniques, predictive modeling, and statistics, applied one. Demonstrate knowledge of statistical data analysis techniques utilized in business decision making, using some tools and softwares that is needed by business analytics, including visualization softwares like Tableau, also programming softwares that are required like R, Python, and using also the SPSS, which is a well-known tool for analyzing data and try to generate some research outcomes and analysis for that. The next slide will just to highlight what exactly the main goals that we are planning to achieve using key areas. Soft skills are still needed because we want the business analytics to be a person who can effectively convey a message, send a message, communicate with decision makers about what solutions and what are the alternatives he recommends for them. Machine learning algorithms, which is extremely important as an artificial intelligence applications that can business benefit a lot from. So what is machine learning, how they work, how we can apply machine algorithms to help companies in real business cases. For example, for instance, how to profile customers, how to identify risk and profiling customers based on risk in the banking sector, for example, who is likely to pay the loans, who is not likely to pay. All of this can be actually done by analyzing huge amount of data about customers and their profile. We don't also want to forget talking about the statistics programming packages, Python and R, statistical data analysis techniques, which are like modeling, forecasting, regression analysis, data mining, visualization with Tableau and Microsoft Power BI and other softwares. So if we see here, this is the structure of the program, semester by semester. You see highlighted the courses that are actually under the specialization of the business analytics. This is the MBA program. There are some major courses that will be taken by all MBA students, like accounting, marketing, organizational behavior. But what is special for the business analytics, the courses highlighted in yellow, if you see here, information technology for manager, competitive intelligence analysis. This is actually at the first level, where we try to study how companies can put collect data about their competitors and try to know in advance what actions they have to take and how to compete in the next strategic time frame. In semester 2, with students, they will still build some general information and knowledge about the business administration. They will start study some research methods, also continuing with business courses like financial management, human resource, legal aspects, but they also will start going more deeply with business analytics, like the corporate warfare. It's a highest level of the business strategies, and that will go into tactics of how companies they actually apply principles of the warfare in the business world. Uh, Another topic is visual analytics, and this is where students they will be learning actually how to use Tableau, and also introduction to Python and R programming language, so that they will be able to visualize reports and dashboards in a more meaningful way, so that managers can really understand what is the situation, what is happening in the business, and also how they can take decisions in a successful manner and easy way. Semester 3, we cover topics such as data mining for intelligence management, and this is actually a combination of course, computer and at the same time artificial intelligence and some statistic background. So the nature of business analytics, it is a multidisciplinary subject that requires the combination of computer science, technology, business, as well as statistics. So this is something that a must. All students, they have to be taking these backgrounds to be able to be effective as business analytics experts. Predictive analytics, which is the second level of analytics that will try to apply some forecasting models, how the business, what is the expected sales next year, what is the expected performance, how that can be done based on historical data. Moving on, taking more courses here, like competitive and risk control, advanced competitive intelligence, business intelligence and data analytics, and also strategic courses like business war gaming and scenario planning. So these are like simulation based courses. They will use heavily some case studies. Sometimes we use and we utilize online simulation games that will help students to apply really their theories and the knowledge in a way that exactly will be look like the real business managers, and try to understand and learn when they will take wrong decisions and what will happen if they actually if they did not take that decision. So these tools that will help a lot students to not only gain theoretical information, but they will have also hands-on experience working with some tools, softwares, packages, and also simulation-based learning. The last semester 4, where students they will also take very advanced knowledge in the and also specialization of business analytics in some key areas. It includes marketing, supply chain, financial, and there's also guidelines where students they would like to become, because business analytics is actually needed in all kind of companies, but it's up to the students, or up to where they would like to specialize their work and work more. For example, if they like e-commerce and they like online marketing and digital marketing area, so they would probably will go to take this track, data analysis and marketing decision making, because that will be going there. If they are in the logistics and operations, they will try to focus and continue after supply chain analytics. If they would like to become actually in the finance sector, they will try to benefit from the financial econometrics, and they might take this course to maybe be used by the finance managers, try to decide where investment should actually be placed and what kind of stocks actually we have to invest, by analyzing the past historical trend and try to forecast the future of the market performance. I would like to move now to the next topic, which is what kind of jobs. If you would like to search now for jobs, if you have the degree of business analytics, what exactly you can do, what kind of titles. Again, think of the levels of business analytics I explained before. We start by something entry level. You can start with working as business analyst, okay, and this is where you can start your career with the business analytics, where you have to analyze some information and try to find patterns, try to apply some basics, analytical tools to solve problems and make some recommendations. The next level, you can become data scientist, okay. After you mainly will be interested in building up analytics model that will be used to model a real scenario in a business and try to give decisions as based on the data that are fed to the algorithm. You will implement technical solutions, and also you will extract meanings from the interpretation of the data. The next level, you can become the analytics decision maker, where actually you will have more seniority on the team, and you will be actually leveraging data to influence decision making about strategic goals long term. And you will try to explore how to integrate the use of data to gain competitive advantage. So here the focus will not be based on operational things, it will be more about strategic and long-term planning and objectives. The last thing, you will be a head or analytics leader, where actually you lead the advanced analytics projects in the corporate or the institution, align business, and also try to oversee data management and data governance. Okay, so I am about to finish my presentation. I started, okay, once I will finish, I will give the chance for questions, and I will be able to answer the questions. I will read the questions, and then I will be able to answer these questions. What is left? A few slides here. I'm just gonna focus more on entry career options. You can start as business analyst, or sometimes in some industry they are called different names. It can be data architect, data scientist, or data analyst in some industries. You can work as market research analyst, and this is an explanation what is the interest and the key responsibility. So as business analyst, you need to create data visualization, you need to maybe maintain the database management. You will be working on managing the data, building some very elementary statistical model projection, right? And try to ask and answer questions with large data sets. Market research analysts will try to achieve marketing goals or help in marketing related objectives and strategies, forecasting marketing trends, measuring the success, and so on. What kind of professional certifications that you might take in order to support your employability would be taking from the IIBA, which is the International Institute of Business Analytics, and they do have also several kind of certifications that you can start from, like an early business analytics, and then you can move into more senior certifications. If you are actually joining a company, they already implement or they already have some technology, major technology investments, maybe like they are adopting SAP, it might be beneficial for you to be certified in SAP Business Analytics certifications. So this is something also available in the market. And SAP, by the way, it's #1 in the world in terms of supply chain, selling supply chain softwares. It's actually 80% of business transactions, they touch SAP technology. So that would be something great if you are actually interested in supply chain analytics. If you are interested in the web and e-commerce, you can go for digital marketing. You can go for Google Web Analytics certifications, and they do have a lot of certifications starting from completely beginner to advanced one. But please make sure you understand your career path early so that you plan carefully. And I would like also to mention here Amazon. Amazon, they have Amazon Web Services, which is a services business of Amazon that they create cloud computing, and also they support in big data hosting, analytics as well. So they do have a certification, and you can also benefit from that if your company is or your target company, they are actually using Amazon Web Services to host their data or big data on Amazon Cloud. So that would be something extremely beneficial. Here I reach to the end of our session. I hope it was
Very
providing
informative.
answers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anas. Thank you so much. It was such a wonderful presentation.